It's gonna be so nice to have another voice talking about something other than
for the Not
Lions.
Derek segment.
Yeah, for the Not Derek segment. On this very special episode of the KD Sports Talk, we actually have a guest. I think that's the biggest news of all week.
No.
This is Nick Nusbaum, one of our really good friends back in school. He is a coach also, which is awesome. A little bit of a sports,
Well, I mean, he
add on
watches everything. He watches WNBA all the way to
We gotta watch WNBA. He's gonna have some of his girls are gonna be in there one of these days.
That would be nice.
Finding stuff that might work. That's all I'm doing.
That's all you're doing. Okay.
Studying the game.
In other news, Alex Smith retires after 16 years and after becoming the comeback player of the year last year.
Yeah, it was just weird. Like, he had such a perfect time to retire, and he's like, I want to come back after that.
I mean, listen, I think the story alone, I don't know that we talked about Edelman like this too, or talked about Edelman with this, but the story alone, I think gets him into the Hall of Fame. I don't know.
I don't believe so.
You don't think so?
No.
The story, though. The story.
Yeah, it's such a feel-good story.
He almost lost his leg, and his love for the game brought him back. And he had a great fucking season.
Cool.
I don't agree. Yeah,
you guys are fucking cynical.
No, we're realistic.
I'm not saying, again, I'm not saying first ballot Hall of Famer like I wasn't with fucking Edelman, but he's in there, man. He's got it.
Yeah, I mean, maybe what's the cutoff for the Hall of Fame after you retire?
So it's 5 years from the year you retire, and then 30 years after that.
So maybe in 25 years.
Well, that's what
you remember this guy? He like almost died, and then he came back one player.
That's exactly what.
That's what I'm saying. He almost died.
Or if he randomly passes away early at an early age, they'll be able to.
Well, that's exactly what I talked about with Edelman, where I was just like, our kids are going to be watching football, and they're going to go, "Who's Julian Edelman?" And be like, "Actually, he was really good."
Let me tell you,
he was a pretty good player back in the day.
The Julian Edelman subject's touchy for me because Hines Ward's still not in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, well, he deserves it before, for sure.
I saw you guys whining about that.
It's facts. Stats, right? That's what should get you in.
It's
well,
stats.
I don't know if you watched it, Nick, but my argument was, are you going to take team accomplishments or individual accomplishments? To me, for the Hall of Fame, it's individual accomplishments, which shows Calvin Johnson getting in first ballot as opposed to team accomplishments.
Right.
But then everybody still has the argument. How many rings does he have?
I know. That's
everybody
what I'm saying.
Still with Phillip Rivers, no rings, not a Hall of Famer. The guy started for what? It was 16 years, right? Like that's how long he was in the NFL for. 16
rings give you that extra oomph to get in.
Yeah,
but
you need to even be in the conversation for it.
It's like Eli. Like if Eli didn't have 2 Super Bowls, nobody would think he's a Hall of Famer.
But God, no.
Yep.
He's won 2 of them, and it's like
against
Tom
some
Brady.
not only against Tom Brady, against some of the best sports teams that we've ever seen. He actually beat them.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I mean, the Patriots back then were just completely unstoppable. And then
you did the whole list.
Yeah.
Everybody that's retired this year.
Yeah.
I will tell you down to the Pouncies. I know who these guys are, but after that, I'm not.
I mean, I know who everybody is, but Matt Schwab was still.
I do know Schwab. And yes, he did retire.
I did not know he was still playing.
Can we give for old time's sake? Can we give a Matt Schwab? Dude, when I saw his name, I was like, first of all, no idea he was still playing. Second of all, Matt Schwab.
Yeah, exactly.
But Vance McDonald, I mean, that's a huge loss for the Pittsburgh Steelers. You guys hated him. I mean,
because he didn't do anything. He was hurt all the time.
And now you got Eric Ebron, who this podcast is we take a hard stance on him.
Sponsored by, right?
By Eric Ebron.
Yeah, sponsored by this podcast, sponsored by Eric Ebron. I love Eric Ebron.
So if that ever somehow just happened, Derek would leave.
I would, yeah. If and I'm talking about like sponsor. No, if he gave us $20, I'm probably going.
He's like, Kenny, you better send that shit
10
back.
each. Yeah.
So Drew Brees, Phillip Rivers, Alex Smith, Julian Edelman, Jason Witten, Greg Oden, Thomas Davis. What did I say? Olsen? What did I say?
Oden.
Greg Oden?
Wrong old guy.
Oh yeah.
Wrong old guy. This one's a little bit taller. We'll just say a little bit taller.
Yeah.
The Pouncey brothers. I don't even know who Costanzo?
Yep.
Sure. Vance McDonald, Matt Schwab.
You skipped him on purpose.
Mike. Dog.
Yeah. He was a offensive lineman, guard, if I'm not mistaken. He was very good, at least for a time.
Tyrone Crawford, Anthony Sherman.
Yep. So we acknowledge your guys' retirements. So
yep. I see a few Hall of Famers in there.
Just a couple of them.
Oh.
Just a couple of them.
I see one. How many?
Let's 1, 2, 3. I would say 4 for sure. 5, 6 possibles.
I see 3. I see
names, boys. Come on now.
So yeah, Drew Brees,
obviously. Yeah.
Obviously.
Jason Witten.
Yep.
And Greg Olsen, actually, which is weird because tight end. We just gave 2 tight ends.
I think Marquise Pouncey will be is going to be a.
I was going to say, which of the Pouncey brothers do you think is going to?
It's difficult to.
Mike will be tough because Mike was hurt a lot.
Yeah.
Marquise played a whole lot of football.
It's just for linemen, it's very difficult. Like there's not too many like Joe Thomases where you're like, he's going to be in. Like that's easy.
Yeah.
It just doesn't happen often. So
I could see Thomas Davis getting in. He had a pretty
I agree.
career.
I could see him getting in too. And then I love my boy Phillip Rivers. So
yeah, and that was one of the maybes.
Yeah,
he's a maybe.
Agreed. With me, he's going to be a maybe. He just
just like with Edelman.
He was always like top 5, top 10. At his peak, he's top 10.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, he was. At
that
the
just
time,
doesn't get you.
He played against Manning and Brady, and both Mannings and Brady, and Drew Brees and Aaron Rodgers, and I mean, just so many guys. And yeah, he never was the top, but he was always there. He started all the time.
Yeah, I know. He started on my fantasy team most of the time.
That's the most important, right there.
That's right. I can't wait to talk about fantasy when that finally comes out.
Oh my God.
We are so close to draft day.
I know.
Wow, 9 days. We're in the single digits.
You gonna be there, Kenny, or what?
Well, dude, if I didn't have to work, let me tell you what.
Oh, what is a vacation day if not for this?
Well, Florida.
You have them, might as well use them.
Florida. But yeah, I would love to go. It would be a blast. I mean, I for sure get COVID, but that's fine. I haven't had it yet, so
worth it.
So first of all, I'm sorry, Nick, why don't you go ahead and state your teams, and you can state your teams throughout all of sports since you do have them.
I'm a weird sports fan. All right. So I root for the Cleveland Indians and the Cleveland Cavaliers, but I travel elsewhere for other sports. The Steelers in the NFL, and then anything Michigan.
Yeah.
He's a Michigan fan, which is not a friend to this podcast, that's for sure.
Well, he'll be fun to have on during the season when I can just be like, bro.
Well,
happened?
It's been like what 8,000 days since the football teams won.
You want me to pull it up because I can pull it up right now. There's a running count.
Okay. It's like 8,000 days.
So I will tell you this, Kenny. You're not going to get him too razzed on this.
I know he's realistic. He's one of the real ones.
Yeah, which is a great great person to have on the podcast when you're talking about all this. Why don't you go ahead and look that up, Kenny?
Yeah, you go.
And I'm going to go ahead and move ahead since you just said that you're a Steelers fan. Let's talk about Mike Tomlin's extension. You happy with this?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. I mean,
so you don't have any complaints?
No. Okay. I don't think the last few years have been his problem. I think there's a lot of hoopla and stuff going on in that they need to get rid of. Roethlisberger being one of them.
You got to get rid of Roethlisberger.
I mean, God love the guy for
3,433.
Yeah, about halfway there.
Yeah, about halfway there.
Yeah, about it.
Yeah, I'm over Roethlisberger. I mean, he's one of those. Thanks for all you've done, but just retire, fatty.
What a weird sensation.
Yeah, so we can definitely call Roethlisberger fat. You know, this is not a Matt Stafford situation. He actually is fat.
Man, Matt Stafford's like baby fat.
No, Matt. No, what I'm saying is like the Lions had him in such a top physical condition
because he had to be, because he was getting his ass beat every day.
And then he went to the Rams, put on that uniform, and for some reason in that uniform he looks fat. I don't know what it is, man. He just doesn't look great in that uniform.
It's just like if your woman left you for another man. Her first picture she's posted with him, she looks fat in that dress.
Oh my gosh, she's put on weight since we got that's what it is.
That's all that is.
Since we got divorced,
it's the one that got away. It's the one that got away. She's looking fat.
So
yeah, I mean, so you're happy with Tomlin. I will say this. As an outside fan looking in, I don't care if the Steelers win, lose, whatever. Tomlin is one of my favorite interviewees of all time. He is such a great interviewer.
Yeah.
Interviewee. And I love his personality, which is why I love MCDC so much, because right now he's becoming a really great interview for anyone. He gets a soundbite every single time he talks. So Tomlin is fantastic with that. I like that he keeps it real. And did you see the report about what he said to Juju Smith-Schuster when he was late?
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about. I saw it. I can't remember exactly what he said. About
so he pretty much said that I'm going to fine you so hard that your kids are going to have to deal with it,
kids are going to feel it or something like
that.
Because he was late to a meeting.
And then Smith-Schuster called it, was like, well, I doubt that ever happened to Antonio Brown, and he was late every day to practice, every single day. So I think he created a little bit of a monster with Antonio Brown.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was a little bit his fault. Everyone wants to bring in culture. Lions had a horribly toxic culture. It showed. I don't believe the Steelers have a toxic culture under him, but I think he needs a little bit more of a type ship with those star athletes.
He needs
players.
They need to do a fresh start, a rebuild in Pittsburgh to give him that authority. Because give him that authority, like he's had these guys for so long that it's not like they don't have respect for him, but it's like,
well, it's different.
We're over it. We've been playing for you for 7-8 years. It's like
it's like kids. They're like kids. Like once you get to a certain age, you still respect your parents, but you're kind of gonna do what you want.
You can only be so scary for so long.
Yeah.
Here's the weird thing, and honestly, for the first time that in my generation or that I know of, the Steelers seem to be loyal to their players, and they're like, oh, you won a Super Bowl, you've been here for a long time, we're gonna keep you for a long time. And that doesn't normally happen with the Steelers. Normally they're not afraid to say, hey, you haven't been producing lately.
Yeah.
You're gone. And then everyone's like, oh, he was on the Steelers, and everyone else soaks him up.
Oh, you're talking about the players. I thought you were talking about coaches. I was like, dude, they've had 6 coaches their whole entire time in the NFL.
They've had 3 coaches since 1970 something.
Yeah. No. I'm talking about players, and and I think it's finally hurting him. Like you said, like you mentioned with Ben Roethlisberger, I think they should have cut ties with him, maybe a couple years ago, and it's now starting to hurt him. It's really starting to affect them negatively overall.
I was real shocked that Juju came back.
Yeah, I was too. So we talked
for
about
a
that
discount. Yeah.
He came back for a year because he knows that next year the free agency market is going to be better.
Well, the money's going to be better.
That's what I mean.
The salary cap's going to be way up.
Pittsburgh will have more money to give him too.
Yeah, I mean, he could potentially stay, but yeah, if you know you're going to go for a 1 year, if you know you're going to go to where you're like, next year is where I'm going to get my money, not this year.
Might as well go back to what you're familiar with.
Yep.
Exactly.
Make this year, because he has the highest potential for being good with the Steelers. Familiar, he knows the scheme. You know what I mean? Like, if he went somewhere else, they might not use him correctly, or they might not know how to use him. And then when he's trying to cash in, he gets screwed because he didn't produce that year. This year he's going to produce, or at least he has a great potential to do so. Then cash in next year.
Yeah.
So
go.
Mike Tomlin. I mean, since we're talking about him, he is 145-78-1 since he became the head coach, and has not had a losing season in that whole entire time. And as a Browns fan, that is just absolutely crazy to me.
What's his record? What's his record against the Browns? Because it's got to be close to what Roethlisberger's is, right?
I was gonna say, I think like he's lost like maybe 3 games. Let me check.
Then he just lost 2 this year.
He just lost 2 this year. That's my point. That's my point.
Yeah. And that's the crazy for expectations. If Tomlin was, say, Detroit's coach,
right,
we've already built a monument for him.
Yeah.
It's simply for the Steelers, he needs to compete for AFC championships and or Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much every other year. Give him every 3 years.
Yeah.
And that's all there is to it for the Steelers, for the franchise and what they expect and everything. So it's always weird when I hear Steelers fans going, "Hey, it's time to go. He's not producing," and I'm sitting here as a Lions fan, I'm like, this is crazy, because I wouldn't even know the success that he has.
Yeah. Did you know that he went to William and Mary?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just because of all the stuff they always, because him and the Bills head coach played together. That was a big thing when the Bills Steelers played this year.
Oh.
I just seen across though on ESPN, add to the retired players, Jordan Reed is retiring.
There it is, Jordan Reed.
Oh yeah, Jordan Reed. Yeah,
I forgot about that. First ballot.
No,
for sure.
No,
I don't know if he'll ever be.
I think he was hurt too much to be anything.
And that's why he's retiring.
This podcast is also fuck ESPN.
Wow. Oh, okay.
We just don't like him. But I mean, you just got your news from it, so that's fine.
he got told that that he shouldn't play anymore, but in his physical.
Oh yeah, concussions. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So
go ahead, Kenny. Because you talked about it, it wasn't even a thing.
I don't know what you're excited about.
Because it's gonna happen. He's gonna come back.
From what?
From his not so great season last year with the Titans.
He hasn't been good since he's been in the league.
You're crazy.
He had 2 good seasons.
You're crazy.
2 good seasons. That's it. I looked up his stats. I don't know what Browns fans are so excited for. Yeah, he's a big name. He could be great. But he hasn't. What have you done?
He's got help now. He's got help. He's not the only guy. All right.
Oh, because then in Houston with JJ Watt wasn't any help for him.
That is true. I will give you that. I didn't think about that before I said anything. Jadeveon Clowney has got signed for a year for up to $10 million by the Browns. We're going to the Super Bowl. I don't want to hear no flack from nobody. Our defense is gonna be amazing. The Steelers ain't beating us. The Bengals can't even play on the same fucking field as us.
We can bring up the issue you had down there later. You add this Clowney guy, whoever he is, and you get rid of Sheldon Richardson.
I know. I understand that. We can talk about that right now too.
Yeah, that was weird.
That was it is weird.
But he was due $12 million this year.
Yeah, that's
worth every penny.
He is worth every penny. But when you're bringing in literally every other person from every other position, you need some money. And plus, I wouldn't have
gave up him for Jadeveon Clowney. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Well, so the problem that I have with the release is that we didn't need to give him up to get Clowney. We had the money.
I mean, is he going to come back, or I mean,
ooh, for a smaller amount, maybe.
right? Like, does he come back for 7 or 8 million for a year, or
Richardson?
whatever? Yeah,
Yeah.
You don't think so?
Nah. Has no one picked him up yet?
Well, I mean,
he cleared waivers, but
I mean, if that team thinks they're Super Bowl contenders, I mean, why not take a little bit of money and go where you're familiar for a year and try it out, where the market's going to be better next year.
Yeah. I don't think he comes back, but I'm pumped about it.
Here's my thing: that you've got a good edge rush. You can always pick up another edge rusher. You need a middle. I mean,
we have a really good line. It's not. I mean, Richardson was the best, but we have guys to.
And I don't believe the defensive line class this year is very good. So
no,
it was a bit surprising. So
no, I heard the edge rush and the line this year were not great.
There's a Big Ten kid who's an edge rusher who's going to be pretty good.
You talking about Micah?
Quinny Pay, baby. The Michigan man himself.
Okay,
he got misused.
Yeah.
He's gonna be about the walk.
Here we go. He got misused.
He did.
His talent. He's more talented than it shows on the field.
Nick is gonna hang his hat on Donovan Peoples-Jones.
Yeah, Donovan Peoples-Jones is going to be an excellent NFL player. One.
I knew he was gonna hang his hat on it.
Look at Rashawn Gary. He did absolutely nothing as the number 1 recruit coming out. He's in Green Bay and actually had a pretty solid year this year in Green Bay.
It's crazy what happens when the people get out of Michigan. It's nuts.
It's Jim Harbaugh. It's not Michigan. It's Harbaugh, because we've had plenty of great NFL players before Harbaugh came along.
That is, I mean, you're not wrong, but
one of the best of all time.
I still want to give him that.
All time.
I mean, he needs to get that lifetime contract. I don't know what you guys are waiting for.
That's it.
Screw it. Why not?
Right?
Why not? Just fucking tank for the rest of our. Your guys are basketball school.
Yeah. No. They are a gymnastics school now. They won the national championship.
Really?
In the gymnastics.
Michigan is really. Michigan is really good at the rich
Dave
white
Portnoy put out a
sports.
tweet. He was talking shit to Ohio State because they won the national championship in fucking gymnastics.
Nice.
Laughing my ass off.
People have always we're giving flack about Michigan football these last 10 years, and I'm just like, hey, we're a rich white person school, man. We're good at all the sports. We're good at golf. We're good at baseball. We're good at gymnastics. We're lacrosse. Or hockey. We're good at. I mean,
well,
what it is.
This next topic is actually it might be a little fun.
Yeah. So I'm gonna preface this just so that everybody understands that this is not like the final vote. But the Washington football team actually sent out letters to their fans. I'm assuming like their season ticket holders, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's who they have the mailing addresses of. Yeah.
So they sent out surveys with possible names of the team to them and had them rank them. It was stated that they were not having the final say, but their decision would be influenceable.
Do you have it listed in order of?
No, this is just a list that somebody had. So a lot of people got different surveys. They weren't all the same names. So there were a lot of names out there. This is just a couple that were on the surveys that were shown. So the names that I have, there's definitely more out there, but the names that I have is the Senators, the Federals, the Braves, the Warriors, the Red Hawks, the Skins, the Renegades, the Pigskins, and the Hogs/Warhogs.
So what do you guys think? So Senators, I think, is BS.
Nah. So
Federal,
is there a hockey team?
The Ottawa Senators, yes. Hockey team. But actually, if you go back,
that's what they were.
The Senators baseball back in the day, where they were the Washington Senators in DC before they moved to Montreal and became the Expos. And then came back to be the Nationals. But I don't mind Senators.
I think it's dumb.
Yeah,
like it.
So it's the Nationals, and
I don't know how you can pick Braves and Warriors after being the Redskins,
right? Skins.
So skin. What are you talking about? Is this like Texas
It is.
Chainsaw Massacre where he wears
Leatherface is gonna be the mascot.
Oh my god, you know what? I take it all back. If Leatherface is their mascot, I am 100% down for skins.
I agree.
I mean,
I'm in.
Have them wear flesh colored
uniforms,
jerseys.
Yeah.
It looks like they're just dressed in skin,
and their names are freaking
red
blood drips.
Yeah, red and blood. Yeah, XFL the shit out of this. Let's go for skins.
Yeah. Renegades is what made me think of XFL, and I like Renegades. It's not bad. And
I'm enjoying Senators and Redhawks. I think are the two that I would.
Redhawks I enjoy.
Redhawks are my favorite. I think
kind of a playoff of the
Warhawks.
Seahawks. Warhawks.
No.
Well,
anything hog related, dude.
That's their nickname. That was their offensive line's nickname, the Hogs.
Yeah.
So I think it's got history with the program.
That's true.
That's why I picked it. I was
let's go replacements here with the Washington Sentinels, right? I mean,
yeah.
Let's get Falco in.
There you go.
Let's get Falco in.
Get Falco. Yeah. I love that idea. I'm definitely I don't even know how the Braves or the Warriors are on this list. That just
because
you're just being dumb.
Because obviously the Indians are getting rid of Cleveland, and Cleveland are getting rid of the Indians.
Yep.
By the way, Kenny, I made some uniforms on MLB, the new MLB The Show for the Cleveland Spiders.
Ooh,
that you might be interested in seeing. I actually think they're pretty legit.
I've always been a fan of the Spiders. I think that's a good name.
It's a C, right? And it's got like spider legs out of the top of it.
Nice. Is this on 21?
Yeah. Like the Indians will drop in their name. The Braves have gotten flack. Like you would think you would try to stay away from that, but Dan's not the smartest man. Not to be a Dr. Seuss book or anything, but
yeah.
I mean, he did just buy out all of his minority owners.
So it wouldn't surprise me. I wouldn't be surprised if after all of this, they come back and say they're the Washington Redskins again. Because Dan Snyder is seems like he would be the kind of guy like, F you, this is my team. We're the Redskins.
That would be fun.
Yeah. Sorry, guys.
I mean, who's making them change besides the NFL isn't, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, I mean, they're just getting.
I think that they got the support from I think they're just doing it because they've been getting so much hoopla over it the last few years.
For sure.
That's what I'm saying. But if he kept it, fans are still going to be if for some reason the Lions,
they were fans for forever.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Still be fans.
If for some reason a lion was a horrible mascot and they had to change and they're like, no, fuck you, we're the Lions, I'd be like, all right, I'm still a Lions fan. I don't give a shit.
What the hell are these guys doing? A little bit of breaking news. Actually, this is gonna be a little bit fun. I think this is the first time that we're doing this. The Raiders just tweeted out,
yeah, I can breathe. After
they deleted the tweet. Are you fucking kidding me? Here it is. That we got a screenshot.
After they finally breathe after what?
After the verdict from George Floyd.
This is way
This is legit. Just I can breathe for 2021.
Wow,
that's what they put.
I
would expect that out of some Joe Schmo from Cary.
Man.
But Jesus,
this is
do people not think
a Twitter account for a national football team? What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah. The thing is they were trying.
Oh my god, this is amazing.
They were trying to be good, but
I'm sorry, this is amazing.
Yeah, they worded it completely wrong.
Big swing and a miss.
I mean, this is not a political show at all.
Huge swing and a miss.
Did you see Pelosi's little speech?
No.
Thanking him for sacrificing himself so that justice could be made.
Yeah, he didn't sacrifice himself. Some dipshit.
Oh my god! How fucking stupid can you be?
We got it.
All right.
Anyways. No. Not moving on yet. This has 5,000 likes, but 25,000 retweets. These motherfuckers are quote retweeting this shit so bad.
Smash.
This is amazing. How
Yeah.
fucking stupid can you be?
Yeah,
Okay.
there's going to be a new opening at the Raiders organization here soon.
Yeah, real soon. Real soon.
Social media director is now open at.
Mhm.
Give us a call.
Alrighty. So I can't even say this guy's last name. These people need to have not
John
weird last
Kime.
names.
It's
Kime?
very easy, Kenny.
No, it's not.
Kime.
Kime. It's not. There's an M. Kime. All right. John Kime. Okay. So it has been speculated that Washington is going to move up to get Trey Lance if he's still available. But where they're sitting at in the draft and what they would have to give up.
Yeah.
I just like they're saying it's not likely anymore. And they I guess apparently they didn't go to his pro day either, his second one. So
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know.
They went to the first one, right?
If they're not willing to move up, they're not going.
that's what I'm saying. Like you're gonna have to give up a lot because
Mhm.
everybody knows pretty much 1 through 3 is quarterbacks. Whatever Atlanta does, Atlanta's gonna do.
Atlanta's not going quarterback.
Well, I agree. They're not going quarterback, but they might not stick there either. They might move out of 4.
Yeah, I could see him trading. That's gonna cost that. Washington's not gonna have enough to give up.
That's what I'm saying. Once you get to 4 or 5 and like I don't even Carolina at 8 said that they were thinking about moving out too, but if Trey Lance doesn't go in the 4, he could fall to 8. But I really don't think that I don't get the whole Trey Lance thing. He's played 1 game. You know what I mean? Like I get like there's a bunch of upside to this kid and
He's a developmental guy, so
Yeah, he's
and
a
it
guy.
makes-
He's a low risk, high reward.
yeah.
but I mean, how low risk can you go when you're drafting him in the top 10 of the
But
draft?
that's where you take quarterbacks.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that if he's played 1 game and you get him in like the 2nd or 3rd round, low risk, high reward.
Yeah,
I'm
but
all
here's
about
the
that.
thing. Well, here's the thing. Like Mitchell Trubisky wasn't a first round talent
No,
quarterback.
but there's the fucking Bears.
But look at
They're
he
really
was
good at
going.
picking
But
quarterbacks.
he was a projected top 10 pick because the quarterback class wasn't the greatest, but there was a lot of teams that needed quarterbacks. That's kinda
yeah.
how it is this year. There's a couple. There's 2 guys in my opinion that stand above the rest, and then it's just like,
Look,
Are you high on Zach Wilson then?
no,
I love you.
no,
I love you so much.
absolutely not.
so hey,
You can't
if the
even bring yourself
Lions
to admit it on camera.
if the Lions decide to pick a quarterback, I'm pretty confident because John Dorsey's on our
Lions
staff.
aren't going quarterback.
I
You know
agree.
they're not going quarterback.
Nope.
I agree.
Nope.
We have too much. shit
I
to do.
actually was watching dueling mock draft with Kuiper and McShay.
Mhm.
They were doing their dueling mock draft, and
Mhm.
Kuiper had the Lions trading, well, they're at 7,
They're at 7.
Yep.
7, has them trading 7 to the Patriots. Patriots taking Mac Jones,
Yep.
and then
Hey,
the
Nick,
Lions taking Parsons from Penn State.
and say, yeah. Hey, Dick, remember how you said that you didn't want to deal with
Matt Patricia?
Yeah. You didn't want to deal with the
That's what
New
I
England
told him.
no more.
If New England gives us first round picks for the next 5 years,
It's
you
not
tell
worth
them
it
to
to
go
Derek.
fucking you shove it right up their ass. Fuck the
Okay.
Patriots.
All right. So I'm gonna skip down just a little bit. We'll talk about that second or the top of the second page in a second here. But I gotta talk about Trevor Lawrence. So he had an interview. I'm not 100% exactly sure where it was.
Sports Illustrated.
Was it Sports Illustrated?
Yep.
There you go. And he talked about his internal motivations and his love for the game, and it just came off wrong.
No, it didn't.
Didn't.
Everyone
It
wanted
didn't.
to. No, he was just saying. I agree with him, and I agree with. But I agree with both ways of thinking.
Mhm.
Where football is life and football is everything, but you
Mhm.
have to realize you don't start for Clemson, you don't win what he did without being motivated and being taking it seriously. Okay, but you also have to realize he was probably born with a silver spoon in his mouth, so he has shit to fall back on if
Right.
football wasn't or didn't pan out for him.
Right.
I heard a really good soundbite this week. I believe it was Jay Williams that was talking about it. about how football guys are always so big, high entitled. Oh man, football is life. If you don't live, breathe, and die with football, you're not a football player, and all this stuff. And then he would go on to bring up examples like, yeah, because Lawrence Taylor partying in Miami on Saturday nights and flying into New York on Sundays and being the best player in the NFL. But football was life, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like
Joe Namath, yeah.
Right. These guys that did stuff other than just football that were still
the 90s Cowboys,
super successful. The Bears, the Bears,
85 Bears.
They kept just doing commercials, but they were still good. I mean, as long as you're putting the work in. I mean,
so I'm sorry, we kind of cut you off, Kenny. What did he say? Do you got his quote?
I don't have the actual quote up, and I know he went on to Twitter afterwards and explained himself, and obviously it made it sound better. I really just wanted to get your guys' opinions on it.
So he was pretty much saying that
listen.
he doesn't play with a chip on his shoulder. He's self-motivated. He doesn't need outside influence to be motivated. And that's what he was going for.
And I agree with you. I don't understand how that's bad. It's just
the quote that got everybody was, it's not like I need football for my life to be okay.
Yeah.
I want to do it because I want to do the best I can be. I want to maximize my potential. Who wouldn't want to?
Right. Now, I'm not even going to bring up the take that I saw on it, but it was a bad one. It was, of course, racial. That didn't need to be, but
of course. He made he worded it wrong, but I mean, when I read it, I understood what he was saying. Listen, I'm really, really awesome at football, and I can make a lot of money playing football. Mm-hmm. I like football, so guess what? I'm gonna do it.
I'm gonna play football.
Football isn't his identity.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. That's what I take from it too.
That's how he does. He doesn't define himself on what he did on.
It's not life and death for him.
Yep.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah. If you're still showing up earlier than everyone, leaving later than everyone, and producing, I don't give a
nobody's
fuck
gonna say a word.
Yep. No, they don't care what you do on the weekends.
Yep.
Well, that's a bad take or that's a bad sentence for football players. They don't care what you do on Tuesday and Wednesday. There you go.
Yeah. No. Monday and Tuesday are their day off if they play on Sunday.
Also, talking about Trevor Lawrence, for his birthday, Jags fans were just donating to his to charities in his name. No.
He doesn't have a specific one
here. He has his favorites, and I think that's what they found out what his favorite charities were, and they were donating to him.
Yeah.
But in response to this, which I think this might come back to your whole silver spoon thing, or it might just be he's going to donate. But Trevor said he was going to donate $20,000 to charities around Jacksonville as well.
Where'd that come from?
That's what I'm saying. Huh? It's either the silver spoon in his mouth
Dabo.
or
it comes from a signing bonus is what it comes from.
Either the silver spoon in his mouth or it's this contract that he's gonna sign in 9 days.
Or Clemson paid him like $90,000 to play football.
No, that would never happen. That would never happen in this NCAA, and you know better.
I can't wait for them to take away a national championship from them because we don't know who won that year. USC no longer has a national championship. We fucking know who won.
We know who won. Get out of here.
All right, they're taking Reggie Bush's Heisman. Like we knew who won the Heisman.
You can't vacate the Heisman for the year because you don't like what he did.
Was he not fucking phenomenal?
Yeah, that extra $2,000 in his pocket every week was not the reason why he won. Get the fuck out of here. All right, so we're gonna get out of that. You want to talk about Micah Parsons since we brought him up a little bit ago?
No. All right.
You're the one that wrote it down. What are you talking about?
So here's the thing, and I've been saying this, and I'm pretty sure I said it on here. The whole thing that the Detroit Lions in this new regime has really been saying a lot is high character coaches, people in the organization, and players. High character all through. Their very first pick of the new regime, one of the most important picks because, it's the first round pick. If they pick Parsons, that kind of is them saying character really matters if you're like a bottom tier guy. But if you're a really good athlete, character doesn't matter so much. So I've been saying that they're not going to pick Micah Parsons, because of character flaws, and then now we're linked to him.
I mean, you're linked pretty heavy to him, even with the trade.
I don't like Jalen Waddle.
Is that who you want for?
That's who I think Detroit will take.
With the trade
7.
or at 7?
Nope, at 7. They're going to take him at 7.
That's
They're going to take big receiver. They're going to take a receiver.
I agree.
They're going to get something.
I also think that they'll take Pitts if he's there.
Now Pitts ain't going to be there at 7.
I don't believe.
I'm telling you right now. Pitts is going. I mean, if Atlanta doesn't trade out, he's going to Atlanta.
If Pitts makes it past 5, who's 5?
Son of a bitch! Here, give me 1 second.
San Fran's 3. 4's Atlanta.
Dolphins.
5 is Cincinnati.
No, Cincinnati, and then Dolphins, and then Detroit.
So if Pitts makes it past Cincinnati, I think the Cowboys will be coming up.
He better not pick.
Will be trying to trade up to get
Listen to me, dude. I've said this time and time again. If they pick Pitts at 5, Burrow needs to just retire and then wait a year and come back to someone else, because
well, let's continue on with this then. Bengals got a new uniform.
Yeah,
they do.
Yeah. I actually do like them. I'm not gonna lie. They are.
Yeah, I mean they're uniforms.
They're simple. They're
not ridiculous like when the Seahawks did it and you're like, holy shit, that's so different. It's just.
I love that they had Chad Johnson though for it.
I know. They had all the 80, or they had 85s. That whole picture.
Now going back to the reason I brought this up is because doing the photo shoot for these new ones, they had Joe Burrow sitting on a throne, and then it says, tell me you're drafting an offensive lineman without telling me you're drafting an offensive lineman, and he zoomed in on his knee. That has a scar. It has a scar from surgery.
Dude, it's so pronounced. It's so bad. Like, I don't know how they didn't Photoshop that thing out. Like, it looks bad.
Yeah, well.
Yeah. If they don't take the dude from Oregon, they're dumb.
Well, so
that's what we were saying.
Slater from Northwestern has been creeping up a lot more lately.
As long as that's an offensive lineman.
Yeah, exactly.
First round graded offensive lineman. That's
it's like I said.
That's not all they need, but
I think I said it on. Well, no, they need everything except for Burrow.
Need a lot more, so.
But I think I said it on Twitter. But I wish uniforms made you play better, but they don't.
Right.
So, I mean, they're nice. They're just.
You're not wrong.
They're not going to do anything
absolutely.
for you. They're just.
You're gonna look good when you lose. You know.
Yeah. At least you look good when you lose.
Yep.
Are the Lions having a great offseason? I'm sorry. I'm literally just reading.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good question because I have no idea.
So the reason you have no idea is you've only heard of one thing, I'm guessing, which is the Stafford trade.
No, MCDC.
You know what I mean? Yeah, but that's not okay. So obviously, if you want to include that, but we're talking about specifically what our GM has done. Now, this is an article that someone wrote, and it's not necessarily it's not like my opinion. This is just an article I wrote, and I thought it was weird. This guy was praising the Lions for doing a bunch of
underwhelming things
in a year where they pretty much told they've come out and said it. They're like, look, 2, most likely 3 years before we're truly competing. So they did a bunch of
6 years, right?
Yeah, that's probably pretty typical. Usually 4 or 5 or 5 or 6. They did a lot of 1-year deals of guys that are trying to find. I mean, they found a bunch of workmen that are willing to take 1-year deals, and and this guy's just. I mean, he's just going over how he thinks that Jared Goff is a good stop-end quarterback for the time being.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that.
every signing they've made this offseason is a 1-year deal with the exception of Jamal Williams, clearly a teardown. So just commit to it and then live for a brighter day down the line. I think they have a franchise vision as tough as this season's going to be. So he's saying that they're doing a great job at following a vision. They're not doing anything that's hurting them now, setting them up for later success.
I know that when MCDC was, it wasn't obviously his initial press conference, but I know after a little while, he was talking about him and the new owner, Ford's daughter, I think,
Sheila Ford Hamp.
There you go. He said that the GM and MCDC were all on the same page, and they were making plays for the future. And as you know, right now, he said they're going to put their best out there, but they're looking towards the future.
Here's a great quote right here. They realize, well, we are the Detroit Lions. Let's be real about the situation. I mean,
I get it. Yeah,
no,
I mean,
I love it.
We really needed to we needed to quit saying, "Oh, we're right there. We're right there. We just need no. You know what?
We just need a quarterback."
Yeah. That was a dick move.
Today on the Pat McAfee show. Nope, stop it. This is not my fault. This is where the interview was conducted. This is the only reason I can talk about it. Anthony Gonzalez, ex-Colts wide receiver, ex-Ohio State Buckeye. Yeah. Current representative for the Ohio State House of Representatives was on the Pat McAfee show today talking about things. Whatever. Doesn't matter. McAfee asked him about sports gambling in Ohio and especially mobile gambling. And Gonzalez said, we are right there. We are just trying to figure out who is going to control it, either the lottery commission or the gaming commission. And once we figure that out, we're good to go. So in the spirit, we're going to tie this all in the spirit. We are going to go through the overs and unders.
What a great host
this week.
Okay.
This week for the NFC North and the AFC North, being that we are, AFC
we're just going to stay in the North. Yeah.
And he is an NFC North team. We'll just stay in the North this week. And then, as weeks go, we'll go through them.
Yep.
We're going to go through by record from last year. And we'll start with the AFC North. Green Bay's over or under is 10.5 games.
You mean NFC North?
Yeah.
What I say?
AFC.
That's okay.
Yeah. So the AFC North, we're going to start with the AFC North. We're going to start with Green Bay, 10.5 games, over under.
Over.
God, that's the easiest one. Good Lord.
Yeah. The funny thing is though, real quick. I know he hosted Jeopardy, but
my God, he hates talking about it. I love it.
They did a question about championships or whatever, and it was about like Green Bay winning like 5 championships or whatever, and the answer was Green Bay, and nobody knew the answer to it, and Aaron Rodgers was just like Green Bay, and like I knew the answer, but like if I was on that show just for you, Jordan, and Matt, I would have went the Detroit Lions. Like just
attaboy. Stick it to him.
Somebody missed out on a great opportunity there.
Tell him it was a phantom face mask call. He never should have had the Hail Mary.
Well, somebody did grill him the first day.
The first day, yeah, that shit was funny.
Wishing they would have kicked the field goal.
Yeah. No, that's not good enough. Be specific. That was a phantom face mask.
All right.
The Andy Dalton led Chicago Bears.
Chicago Bears. Over under is 7.
Under.
God damn, dude, if you don't hammer the under on this, it's good. That organization, who have I went off on? I've went off on the Bengals,
the Jets,
and I'm about to go off on Chicago now. They are a garbage organization.
Yeah.
The fact that this motherfucker still has a head coaching job, it's just how.
Yeah, but I think
it's almost as bad as,
fault.
Huh?
I believe GM is the one that needs to really.
From head down, Like I literally the
Yeah.
head's down. It just needs to be a whole fucking redo. Yeah, so definitely under. There's no
4
way.
games, 4 or 5 games, maybe.
Maybe.
Well,
Maybe.
just wait on that. All right, let's go.
4 or 5 games.
We're talking about 5 games, Derek. Get used to it. All
going.
right, so
Just keep
Oh,
Minnesota over under is 8.5.
Kirk Cousins still the quarterback, right?
As far as I know.
I think they're good for 9. I'm going over. I'm barely over, but I'm going over.
I don't know. See, I'm gonna go under. I don't know.
I have been going back and forth on this one.
I'm gonna go under.
And
I don't know why. Don't ask me why. My reasoning is I think 8.5 is really like.
You guys got to realize we get an extra game even.
What is his name?
That's
What is the well, he's not a rookie anymore.
They got Jefferson.
Jefferson, yes.
Justin Jefferson.
That's his name.
Possibly my keeper in fantasy.
Possibly.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go under.
But with Kirk Cousins being your quarterback,
staying under.
I'm sticking with it under.
Okay.
17 games
because 8 would be under. So
8 would be under. 8 would be
under.
All right, I'm gonna go under. I'm gonna go under because it's 8.5.
I'm taking the over. We need to make sure we write this down. Like, but
okay, so went over, right?
Yeah, everyone's over.
Everybody
over. Chicago, everyone's
all
under.
All under. And then I'm the only one that's over.
Yeah, Derek's over.
Over
or under.
Okay. And under. Okay, so Detroit 5.
Is there a that sounds good button?
That sounds good. 5. So okay,
that's not the name of the
push,
game,
right? That's a push, right?
But that's not the name of the game.
That's not the name of the game.
If they get 5 wins, that's a push, right?
Correct. But you still got to pick over or under.
Yeah.
Hey, go ahead.
Yeah, it's on you. I mean, you're the Lions fan. What do you?
Yeah.
So
give me a non-biased opinion on what you think your over/under is going to be.
Five's pretty awful for any team ever. Maybe it's because I believe in the coaching staff. I'm going to go over, but like 6 games. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I'm going to go over, but I'm not saying like
Derek,
it's gonna be real.
I am with you 1,000% on this. Give me the over on the Detroit Lions. Why? Because I love Dan the Man.
MCDC.
Something about him. I think he's got a contagious energy.
Yes.
But I also think Jared Goff is going to play with a chip on his shoulder this year.
Hopefully.
Something to prove.
Yeah,
and
I think he comes
and to
out.
add on to him with that, I think the Lions are going to take a playmaker at 7, like a Jalen Waddle, a playmaker for him to throw to.
Yeah.
And I think their defense is still going to be absolutely terrible.
Yep.
But I think they can outscore some teams.
Yeah.
And I think they could get like a 6. That was exactly what I was thinking, Derek. I'll take the over.
Okay, give me 1 second here. I went from being a great host to a bad host in 2 seconds.
What?
Perfect. Okay, so just throwing it out there, okay? Just since we're talking about the Detroit Lions, I do think they're going to go over. I do think it's going to be 6, maybe 7. But here is their schedule: the Falcons, the Bears, the Browns, the Bears, the Packers, the Vikings, the Cardinals, the 49ers, the Ravens, the Bengals, the Eagles, the Packers, the Rams, the Vikings, the Steelers, the Seahawks, and the Broncos. I think that you get 1, 2, 3. I think you honestly go 3 and 4 from the start.
Ooh.
I think you beat Atlanta and you beat the Bears twice.
You don't understand the Kool-Aid I'd be drinking at that just for us.
But then you go the Packers, Minnesota, the Cardinals, the 49ers, the Ravens, the Bengals, the Philadelphia Eagles, the Packers, the Rams, the Vikings, the Steelers, the Seahawks, the Broncos. What is that? 3, and then you lose, 4 with the Bengals, maybe 5 with Philly. Lose.
You got to give us one more.
Broncos.
There it is, Broncos. Okay.
I think
Take
you
that.
go 6, but you're gonna have a great start. You're gonna come out hot, and all we're gonna hear for a fucking month is, man, we got this. We're fucking 4 or 3-1. We're going all the way. We're winning the division.
Oh, all right. No, that's not very ridiculous.
and then for the next forever, it is just gonna be bad.
Dude, we could be winning in the Super Bowl by 30 points. I'm like, I don't know. We should probably relax here. Let's not count the chickens here.
Yeah, I totally get that.
Yeah. All right. Now for the other one.
All right. So AFC North. We're gonna start with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Over under is 8.5.
8.5.
Yeah. See, I went. I'm scratching my head. I still don't know.
Yeah.
It's like I'm going to go on the side of skepticism here. I'm going to go under. I don't think they have what it takes to win a lot of games this year. I mean, unless Roethlisberger comes out and has for his last hurrah, just comes out, lights the world on fire. I mean, Juju, we found out he's nothing without another receiver beside him. Now, if they can get Najee Harris or Travis Etienne at 24 or wherever they're picking at, that might help. Defense is going to be, they lost Bud Dupree. That big loss. They're old still in spots. They lose Marquise Pouncey. They lose the leader of the offensive line.
Yep.
Villanueva's old at left tackle. I mean, there's a lot of holes in Pittsburgh.
Sure.
So I'm going to go with knowledge and also reverse psychology, and I'm going to go with the under.
I'm going to reverse psychology the shit out of these kids.
Yes.
So I am going to also go under for Tomlin's first year of being under 500.
Well, so here's the thing with this year. I mean, you can't have it's either you're in a winning record or you're in a losing record. And he has had, I think, 2 or 3 8-8 seasons.
Yep.
So this, I mean, obviously it is the first time for everybody, but
this
is going to be the first time where he's not going to be able to skirt that line where he's 8-8. So
yeah, that 500 mark is not going to be friendly to him.
No. So unless they tie, but he's only tied once. So looking at their schedule, did you know that they're playing in the Hall of Fame game in August?
Yep.
I didn't know that.
If they play it.
Yeah, if they play it. So I'm going to go under. I'm looking at their schedule right now, and I mean, you might actually start the exact opposite.
It's tough.
Yeah, like you might get 1 win in the first month.
Yeah,
I mean, not might. You're beating the Bengals. Like, I mean, let's just be honest. You could put out fucking 3rd graders, and you're beating the Bengals.
So I'll do it the way you did it, Kenny.
Mm-hmm.
Let me pull it up here. So let's just run through it here. Give me at where they're at, home or away, and who they're playing. I'll tell you.
At Baltimore.
Loss.
At Buffalo.
Loss.
At Cincinnati.
That's a win.
Are you guys just not playing at home?
Sure.
My God, look at this. Okay.
Stadium's under construction. Well, just keep going. We'll figure it out.
Is it okay? So at Cleveland.
At Cleveland, loss.
That's a loss. At Green Bay.
Loss.
At Kansas City.
Loss.
At the Los Angeles Chargers.
Win.
At Minnesota.
Win.
At home against Baltimore.
Loss.
At home versus Cincy.
Win. How many wins is that? Is that 3? We had 3.
I think you're at 3 because I think you
have Minnesota, Cincinnati twice.
Yeah, Minnesota and Cincinnati twice.
Okay.
Oh, you also said you wanted the Chargers.
Did you beat the Chargers?
4.
So 4. Yeah. 4. At home against Cleveland.
Loss.
At home against the Broncos.
At home against the Broncos, win.
At home versus the Raiders.
At home versus the Raiders, win.
At home versus the Bears.
Win.
At home versus the Lions. It's a win.
Ooh, I don't know.
Stop. You don't need to be nice.
You're at 8 with
8.
that win.
Yeah.
You're at 8 with that
Yeah.
win.
All right, give me that win.
And then you are at home versus Tennessee.
Ooh, Tennessee's not going to be as good as what they were, but
Oh.
I think our defense isn't going to be that great. So I'm going to go loss because Henry's going to run all over them.
You're picking. I mean, for your over under, you're wrong.
He's at 8. We're not done
loss.
yet.
I said that's a loss. Tennessee wins.
No, he says he's losing. Tennessee Pittsburgh is 8.5. They're at 8 wins with a Tennessee loss.
Yeah, so
the last game is the Seahawks at home. This is your winner.
That's a loss.
Okay, so there you go. He is under.
So he is under the 8.5.
Yeah,
that's a losing season. Yeah,
that's his first losing season.
Yep.
And some of those, and obviously some of those games can flip flop, but
yeah, well, I mean, literally all 17 can flip flop.
But it's just like I when I thought about it is how underwhelming the team is, but then the starts of that season could just dismantle them.
Yeah, that start is going to be rough. All righty, so we're all under on that one, right?
Yes.
Derek, you went under. Okay. So, my God, dude, this is ridiculous.
This is crazy to me. Yeah,
Baltimore over under 11.
It's under.
Over.
Ooh, there it is. I'm going under for Baltimore.
Going over. Jackson's going to be healthy.
Yeah,
Dobbins is going to take over as the lead back. Defense has gotten better.
Defense is great still, yeah. Who's he throwing to? He doesn't throw the ball, but
he doesn't throw the
to?
ball. I think. Oh my God, there was a tweet in Lamar Jackson's first 4 games. His completion percentage was like 52%, and he had something like 300 yards of passing in all 4 games.
Mm-hmm.
And Baker Mayfield's one game was almost 300 yards with a 62% completion percentage.
All right, man. What are you picking?
He's got 3 guys to throw to: Marquise Brown, Sammy Watkins, and Mark Andrews.
Nope.
And they got Miles Boykin.
Okay, so he has them to throw to, but is he throwing to them? That's the question.
I think
they're not top
he stays
tier.
Healthy. I think he stays healthy and gets better. And I think they win 12, 13 games.
And that's the thing. I think that if he stays healthy, he could will them to 11 games. Looking at their schedule, I mean, I think that we split the series with them. That's
are the 3 of us playing them or something? Or
well, no. Cleveland.
No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, over or under, Kenny?
God damn it, dude. All right. I'm gonna go over. I think they win 12.
So I'm the only one that's under. I'm against you guys on everything. You guys seem to agree.
Kenny, it's just like the great Seinfeld said: "Get fans coming home cheering, we won, we won." No, they won. You watched.
All righty. This is easy for me. The Cleveland Browns over under 9.5.
Over.
1,000%. Sorry, I'm not.
I think
I'm not
this is their year to
being-
win it.
I haven't looked at their schedule, so I can't.
You want me to run through their schedule?
Who's their who's their out of conference?
Well, the North.
The NFC
Sure.
North.
Yeah.
Yes.
So there's 3 wins
at
for
Baltimore, at Cincy, Baltimore, Cincy. So we just literally play the same fucking just swapping. That is so stupid. So right there is where I think that we are going to go 3-1 because we're going to split with Baltimore. Pittsburgh at home, we beat you guys. Denver at home, we beat you. The Raiders at home, we beat you.
Yeah, over.
Yep.
Yeah,
Chicago
over.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. We play Houston. Come on.
Over.
Yeah, it's over. We put. Oh
Do you guys have the
damn!
easiest schedule this year or what?
Apparently,
Well,
I mean, we're playing.
they finished third technically in
Cardinals.
their division,
Yeah,
so they're
we
going to
did.
play all other third place teams.
We're playing
Even
New
though
England.
they're better than
Right.
third place.
That's a
yeah.
good point.
So we're playing New England, the Cardinals, the Chargers. We do have to play Kansas City this year, which is shitty. And we're playing at Arrowhead, so that's a loss. But yeah, I think we're getting double-digit wins, and we're definitely getting like 12. I would say 12. It's gonna be weird having two teams with 12. It goes 12-5, maybe 11. We might go 11. That's fine, but everyone's over, obviously. And then probably the second easiest pick out of all of this, the Cincinnati Bengals over under 6.5.
I'm going
I don't
under,
even
but
need- I
I'm
don't-
comfortable with 6.
I don't even need to hear you talk because
4 wins at the most. Under.
yeah, it's definitely if they win 3 games this year, they might as well consider this a fucking victory.
Unless they knock the draft out of the park and all these rookies come in and tear it up,
And just
they're in trouble.
destroy it. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think that's happening.
I
Bengals have a top 5 pick again next year,
Yeah, for sure. Bengals have a top
which is
5
fine.
pick.
If I'm a Bengals fan, awesome. That's what I want. Just keep getting these awesome players.
Just keep. But what you need to do is you need to get Joe Burrow healthy and
It's
make
the-
sure he
it's
stays
the-
healthy.
Yeah. So what you're saying, Nick, is to do the Cleveland Brown method.
Yep.
All right.
Well, the
Yeah.
Cleveland Brown method was to clean out, the house and then bring all in or new people in, create a
Sure,
new
but-
culture, and then
But have a
win games.
have a lot of early draft picks that are now paying off for him. I think we are at the point in the segment or in the.
Are you
episode.
gonna leave again?
No,
Thank God. That was.
but I am going. I'm zoning the hell out.
You're fucking crazy. Have a fucking discussion.
Okay,
All
so-
right. So welcome to
Oh.
the Not for Derek segment. Because actually, there are things going on in other sports besides football. Who is not even playing right now? It's kind of crazy.
Still more important.
Okay.
This first one is big though.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yes.
So I read this and I knew I had to talk about it. Michael Jordan is inducting Kobe Bryant into the Basketball Hall of Fame this year. This is huge. I
That's
mean,
huge.
Huge.
It was
Huge.
It was just just widely known that Michael Jordan was Kobe's favorite player, and he idolized him and emulated him on the court. They had some great games together in the twilight of Michael's career, but it was something special to see.
Mhm.
And I think it's nice.
The stories about Kobe Bryant are legend, as well as what Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
He became. It's awesome.
I agree. Does he? So I don't know too much about the Basketball Hall of Fame. Do they get their number as well? Like, is that a more or is that
No,
with
they don't
them?
retire their number or
Well,
anything.
not retire the number. Obviously, not retire the number, but like, is there like a jersey or something like that is hung up with them? Like,
Well,
at
it's like it's a bust, just like kind of like how the NFL does it. That's
The Lakers will, for sure.
I think they
They already
retired.
did.
Yeah,
They already
they
did.
already
They
did
retired
after
8
he-
and 24.
after
Yeah.
he passed away. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But
that's easy.
yeah, that's what I was wondering. I was gonna ask if they did put the number in with them, what would it be? Would it be 8 or 24? I like the younger Kobe better. He was I mean, not that
Slanging it.
there's no knocking Kobe on any part of his game, but he was terrifying on the court when he was young.
Yeah. Yeah. And the other the other crazy thing. So I don't know if you guys seen that Kobe's estate did not re-sign their deal with Nike for his shoes. So Nike doesn't have the exclusivity to Kobe anymore.
Fantastic.
God.
Smart.
And so like now people are talking about how Jordans are so like sought after and can be so expensive. They're talking about how in like 10, 20 years, if you have a pair of Nike Kobe's, that they're going to be worth a lot of money.
Yeah.
Smart.
Well, the shoe market is so fucking ridiculous.
Kobe wanted to start his own brand.
Mm-hmm.
That was
That's
the
not
that was the
surprising.
plan. So I'm guessing.
What the Mambas?
I'm guessing that's what's going to happen is they're just going to
Yeah.
create their own thing. But yeah, awesome that
But like
Jordan's,
Nike.
yeah, it's awesome that Jordan's doing it. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just like David Robinson's announcing Tim Duncan.
That's
Yeah,
sweet.
that's good too.
Right.
I like that.
I mean, so guys that they idolized or got teammates, I mean,
yeah. Well, that's the thing. I mean, especially with Duncan, him and Robinson were teammates, and I mean,
they were champions together.
They were champions together, and I thought our Duncan just openly admits that how much he appreciated Robinson.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, it's all
Jordan
good
Kobe,
news.
that was a no-brainer.
Yeah, no-brainer.
Walk in the park, home run, easy.
Oh yeah, great press. It's just I don't care about the Basketball Hall of Fame, but I care about that. You know what I mean? That's what's gonna happen. On to other basketball news.
This one surprised me.
This one surprised me too. Dwayne Wade is purchasing ownership stake in the Utah Jazz, and he wants to be active. Like he doesn't want to just own and just be there. He wants to be active. Also, on top of that, because obviously in the article I was reading, they were naming other players who now own teams. I had no idea Shaq owned Sacramento.
Yeah, it was like it was a while ago. He's had
was this before or after the Papa John's deal? Because I feel like it was after.
I think it was after.
He took that Papa John's money and was like, "Thank you."
Yeah,
push that over there.
Yeah.
Grant Hill has a part ownership in the Atlanta
yeah.
Hawks, and obviously Jordan owns the Hornets.
Majority owner of the the Hornets. Yeah. It does it's like I'm not surprised that Dwayne Wade bought a stake in a team because I think that's going to start happening more. But it was the Jazz that shocked me.
Yeah, it was the team that he was buying that shocked me.
Yeah,
because I mean, unless he just wanted to go somewhere where he had no prior influence whatsoever. I mean, obviously everybody knows who Dwayne Wade is, but he didn't have any ties to that organization before. So maybe he was just trying to.
Well, I mean, it's kind of just like Jordan and the Hornets. I mean, Kings and Shaq. I mean, Grant and I mean, they don't have affiliate. I mean, they probably just taken where they can get it.
Yeah.
And running with it. I mean, I like it. I think it's going to start happening a lot more.
I think so too.
Like when LeBron retires, he's going to be buying some stake in a team, guaranteed.
Well,
there's
100%.
already been rumors about him buying the Cavs from Gilbert and Gilbert getting the Pistons in Detroit.
Oh, I would love every second of that. If LeBron owned the Cavs, that'd be nuts. But LeBron already owns. Get the fuck out of here, the both of you.
No. You're telling me Gilbert's taking over the Pistons.
Why? That's good for you.
Nah.
Dude's willing to spend money.
Yeah, that is
any freaking runs Rocket Mortgage. I mean, that's like a staple in Detroit.
And and this has nothing to do with it. Gilbert is a part owner in 100 Thieves too. So who knows? That's big money. That's Drake money right there, bud. That's Drake money.
That's dollar bills,
y'all. Yeah. So, but yeah, LeBron already has ownership stake in. Is it Man City or
Man U?
Is it Man U?
I think it's Man U.
Is it not? Is it
some
Liverpool?
European?
We're gonna talk about that whole thing because that shit's already dead.
The Super League.
Yeah. So literally in the same week,
Derek knows what we're talking about.
The Super League gets announced.
And the next day it's dead.
The six richest teams in Europe, leaving out I think France and Germany, but they announce it. They announce the teams that are going in, and I don't think there was a single person that was like, "This is amazing." Every single person
hated
it. It is the worst idea ever. And I will admit that before Ted Lasso, I didn't understand European soccer or football. I didn't understand like their whole tier level thing that they had going on with the relegations, and apparently like a team, like a literal like Sunday football team, like you just play with your boys, you could qualify for a tournament and play against like Man City.
Yep.
Like that's just insane to me. I love every second of that.
Yeah.
And they were trying to ruin that, and I'm so glad that they're not now. I mean,
and then UEFA came out and said if any of these teams participate, they'll be banned from FIFA competition.
Yeah, and the players are banned.
Yeah, and players will be banned.
Yeah,
from FIFA competition. So that's gone.
So the second that I saw the FIFA say that you couldn't play for your country if you played in the Super League, I knew that was dead, because there have been people talking about it in interviews and that kind of stuff, and the players there, just like I feel like soccer players here too want to play for the national team. I think it's a big deal.
Yeah.
I think the World Cup is a big deal. I mean, Derek might not watch the World Cup, but at least most people watch the World Cup.
Yeah.
But
if you're a casual soccer fan, you watch the World Cup.
Yeah. And the second that they said that they couldn't play for the national team anymore, I knew it was dead. Well,
I saw that when they said that, and then the comments were so funny. Just people saying, "Whoa, hey, USA's got a shot. USA's got a shot.
This is the only way we're gonna win this. Let's
so
do.
We got a shot now, boys.
We got a chance." That's all I can see is Lloyd. So you're saying there's a chance? Yeah, that shit was stupid. I get what they're going for, because there's a lot of money to be made, especially with JP Morgan backing the whole thing. But that's not the way to do it. You don't fuck like that.
Yeah. I mean, that's just like it would be just like a bunch of MLB teams leaving and trying to form their own league. Kind of the same. I mean, it's like baseball's like, the oldest sport in America, and like people, there's the traditions and the ways of doing things, and baseball's done it the same way for every single year, to where that's kind of how it is with soccer over there. It's just, you don't mess with tradition. And
the analogy that I liked was college football. It was comparing it to college football, and it's like the 15 most richest teams leave and go make their own their own NCAA conference, whatever.
Right. Play for their own tournament.
And they play their own tournament and their own championship. And let's say it's Michigan, Ohio State, Alabama, Auburn, Texas, USC,
Notre Dame,
Notre Dame, all the big money schools, big name schools, and the product every week would be so much better. But literally killing the other teams. Like there would be no more Division III football. There would be no more Division II football.
No.
There would be no Division 1A football.
Football would be dead. College football would be dead for the NCAA.
Yeah, because all those teams make so much money just going to these big schools and getting their ass beat. Like, that's their payday for the year.
Well, I don't know. Appalachian State got paid like $1 million to win.
Yeah, but I mean, how many times does that happen?
Well, hey, one time is all it takes.
One time is all that it takes. Yeah, it was. I'm glad it. Nobody forgets. Every year I talk about it. Every year it shows up on my timeline.
How can you not talk about it?
Yeah,
I mean,
it's crazy.
Just like how people are going to just always talk about how Oral Roberts beat Ohio State this year.
That shit was embarrassing. But Max.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. So speaking of the NCAA, I'm so glad that they finally did this. But
disagree.
What?
100%. Now, yes. Okay, so go ahead and say what you gotta say.
Okay, so the NCAA passes the rule that allows players to transfer once with immediate eligibility. That means there's no more waiting period. There's no more sitting out a year. Once you transfer once, you're good to go. You can play that year. I don't understand how you don't like this, because there's already 1,200 kids in the before. That was before. Problem. 1,200 kids in the transfer portal.
There's a lot of kids that are going to run away from competition.
Okay, so they run away from competition.
Yes.
So
I didn't. What's his name from Vegas that went to Ohio State? Didn't win starting job. What did he do? Tucked his tail between his legs and went down to Miami.
Yeah,
Yep.
and then he didn't win the starting job there. And then he went to wide receiver. Didn't win the starting job there. And he's
Now he's
just
transferring
doing
again.
something.
Right.
Yeah, he's just doing something.
You have to look for this to work, for this rule to take effect. You had to be at a major college, be an exceptional athlete, and claim racism to get this privilege. Now, anyone can get this privilege.
Yeah.
The only immediate transfer that there should be in college athletics is the grad transfer. The person that's played for who's been at school for 4 years and they've graduated, they have a year of eligibility left, and they can go pursue a graduate degree somewhere or play
that's already happening,
for a big time school.
That's cool.
That is the only one that I like. Okay, here's the problem. It's the same problem that's with football. It's the same thing with basketball. There's so many kids that are scared of the competition, or they go to the big school and it's just like, I'm a small fish now. Like I want to be a big fish in a small pond.
I'm sixth on the depth chart. You knew that. You knew that coming to Alabama. You knew that coming to Ohio State.
Well, that's what I liked about Burrow. I mean, Burrow stuck it out for the fight, and then he transferred. You know what I mean? Like, but there's people with eligibility in front of you. Like, I understand transferring, but you got to sit out for a year. I don't like it. This whole immediate. Oh well, the coach yelled at me.
A waste,
and the coach yelled at me during film one time. Okay, well, if you're granted immediate eligibility, how's it a waste of time? Because all you're doing now with this immediate transfer is more kids are going to transfer because it's going to be less of a hassle.
Yeah, but more kids transfer now anyways. The year of eligibility didn't kill the transfer portal. They're using it as a free agency market already as it is.
Oh, so this is the professionals now. So where we just there's a market for free agents. No, that's not how it is. With college
that's
sports,
exactly how this is.
This is just like you talk about with that Super League, right? In soccer, there's ways of doing things. And this is how we do it in college sports. You sign your freaking letter of commit, or you commit to a school, decommit, whatever. You sign your national letter of intent. You've committed your 4 years of athletic scholarship to that team. Okay. And then guess what? If you want to transfer, cool. Now you're going to pay the price. You have to sit out a year. That's your penalty for going back on your national letter of intent.
But see, I don't know. I don't agree with it.
There's no loyalty anymore.
There's never been loyalty.
What are you talking about?
Listen,
up to 5 years ago, there was kids that stayed all 3-4 years.
Let's be honest with ourselves. We know that the colleges are paying the kids. Okay. It doesn't that we all know that's happening already. These kids are playing for money. That's what this is. So
I understand that, but okay. So here's the thing: if you're going to let these kids transfer willy nilly, this is how they should do it in college and with football and basketball. Do kind of like what the NBA is doing with the G League, signing kids out of high school into a developmental league.
I like that.
And
you will not have to argue about that.
They don't have to go to college. And then you don't have to. Then the kids that go to these colleges will stay because they want to be there. And trust me, you're going to lose a couple high profile guys, but for the most part, people are going to keep going to college, and they're going to go, especially now that when they're going to start getting paid legally whenever that happens.
Yeah, I mean, when that actually starts.
I think that'll die down on the transfers too. And then that money's going to be involved.
Yeah, well, because. Obviously, it has to do with, if you're a starter, if you're a high profile name, but, these kids, when they start getting paid, the big name schools are going to get the kids, and they're not going to leave because they're getting paid.
Right. The only reason they're going to leave is go pro.
Yeah. The only reason why they're going to leave is to go pro.
But that's how it should be at the big schools. It shouldn't be but I think schools are doing a good job, like Ohio State. They're doing a good job of getting all the 5-star recruits. Look, we got a 5-star quarterback this year. We'll get another one next year. Because guess what? If one doesn't work out, one of them will leave. We'll find another one.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, I understand where they're coming from on it, but the kids got to be smarter in their decisions. Like, if I'm a 5-star quarterback and Ohio State just signed a 5-star quarterback the year before and they're offering me a scholarship, I'm not going there because obviously you like that kid. So I'm going to go somewhere where they,
And that's the problem with
But that's
Ohio
my, I
State.
mean, obviously that's my, my personal preference and how I feel like I would handle that situation. I mean, kids are different nowadays too. They're built different. So, I mean, they just, like you said, it's a money grab, but it's also, I mean, it's good. It's good for the NCAA to do
Yeah.
it, because if like you got like a Justin Fields, if he transfers and has to sit out a year, well, now you're getting this 5-star athlete sitting out a year, or you can just have him play right away. You're going to get a lot more views. You're going to make a lot more money on TV deals and all that type of stuff.
Right. And that's what this is all. I mean, I think it's all about
Yeah, it's
money
all money
too.
grab.
That's
Yeah,
all
absolutely.
money. Yeah.
Everything's always about money, Kenny.
Exactly.
Yeet.
That's the Super League. Duh.
Yeah.
All
right.
right. So we're gonna talk
All
about
right.
Shane Bieber first, because I want to get to the good Indians news before we get to the bad Indian news.
Finish was good.
Huh?
Nothing.
You want to finish with good? Fine. We'll finish with good. Cleveland just got no-hitted just a couple days ago. That was against the White Sox. That was no fun. I mean, the
White
only
Sox are
reason why,
good.
yeah, the White Sox are good, but the only reason why it wasn't a perfect game was because in the 9th inning, on the second out, he hits the pitcher in the foot.
Where's my camera at? Can you read that?
White Sox beat Indians 8-5. Yep.
Yeah. Indians aren't good.
No.
Yeah,
We were good for about, what was it, 2 weeks? That was about it.
And Nick's lying to you. He's a Reds fan.
No.
God no. God no.
Kiss your mother with that mouth.
Well,
Anyway, no.
I don't know. I mean, I think I said it last week because there was a no last week as well for the Padres. I like no hitters, but not this no hitter. This one sucks.
Yeah, I mean, our hitting's terrible. We have a chance at a long shot wild card, but I don't see anything for
Yeah,
we're not going to get enough run support.
Yeah,
Please,
I
that
mean,
guy. I mean,
it's nice. It's nice to in the beginning of the year.
They need to trade Bieber and get all the things for him.
All the
prospects.
things.
All the
All the
prospects. Him and Jose, blow it up. Jose, Bieber, get all the things. Get all the prospects. Get whatever you can get. Get them all.
Yeah.
Get them all out of there. Freaking Reyes. Framil Reyes is only 24. He's a big power hitter, big time bat. Somebody will want him. Get him out of here. Give me prospects. Rebuild it. Blow it up. It's done.
It took less than 2 years.
It's
Oh my god, that shit is so
we
fair.
were one win away from a World Series 5 years ago, and
I know.
now we're going to be bottom dwellers for the next 5-10 years.
I don't know about that though.
Yeah, you will. Yeah,
I mean, we
can get some good prospects.
we need new owners. I think this is going to be a top.
It's not going to happen. Dolan only owns the Indians to make money.
I know.
He said it himself, and he said, Dolan said, this is the thing that I knew Lindor was never coming back to Cleveland.
Mhm.
Was Lindor got like $300 million from the Mets or whatever it was.
Well, yeah, but their owner is just slanging money.
Yeah, but
He's
still,
just throwing money at
that's the type
everybody.
of contract he was going to get was 300 plus.
Yeah.
And Dolan said he'll pay a $300 million contract to a player when somebody else is making $1 billion contract. That's what he said. His exact words.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
he's never going to pay anybody over $100 million. That's not going to
MLB needs salary cap.
Absolutely not. Salary cap is the dumbest thing ever.
They need salary cap. This is fucking ridiculous.
Okay, but all right. So you say that, and then just look at what the NFL is doing with the salary cap this year.
It's fantastic.
No, they are.
Love it.
They have their own ways to get around the salary cap, and pretty much like it doesn't exist. And the MLB, if they had a salary cap, would be the same thing. They would have ways to get around the salary cap to where it doesn't exist.
The reason why the MLB doesn't have a salary cap is because they play 162 games. You know how much money is how many 162 TV deals? Can you imagine if the NFL had 160 NFL games a year?
Now, if you're talking about how many games they play, I absolutely agree. I think they need to be knocked down to about 20 games a year.
Oh my god!
This season is absolutely
make them all worth something. Make them all worth it,
dude. Everyone gets so pumped for the beginning of the of baseball season, and then football starts, and everyone's pumped about football, and then that excited they get excited all through football season, and then all of a sudden everyone's like, "Hey, World Series!" And I'm like, "Oh my god, baseball
still
is
going
literally
on.
still playing." Like, and
the
it
same
happens
way.
every year.
It's the same way with the NBA.
Yeah.
They start on Halloween night on October 31st. That weekend, that's when they start, and then it's just like, it's June, and it's Game 7 of the NBA Finals. It's like,
actually, it even happened with March Madness this year. You guys were talking about something, and I remember texting you, Nick, and going, I go, "It's still going on." You're like, "Yeah, it's not until next Monday. It's gonna be done." And I'm just, oh my god, man.
Yeah, baseball needs. I would say like 100 games would be perfect for baseball.
But I mean, like you said, the money that they make,
they're never going to cut.
They're never going to cut it.
It'll never go higher. It'll never go lower. 162 is their sweet spot.
When you could lose games and be like, meh.
That's why the NBA, the old NBA players are wanting to cut the NBA season from 82 to 60, but the owners won't do it. It's too much money.
That's
left out on the table.
So much money.
Yeah,
I agree. So better Cleveland news. Shane Bieber has thrown for 10 strikeouts in his first 4 starts, and he's become the first pitcher to do so in history. This is pretty big, especially.
Yeah, trade him. Get all the things.
See, so he's making history. He's making history. Yeah. So trade him. Let's get out of here.
Get something for him.
Is he going to get this? Is pitchers get the Cy Young?
Yes, Derek.
There you go. Good. See, you know things.
And I'll tell you why. It's because we had our boy Justin Verlander
on the Tigers. I was a Tigers fan.
Yeah. Oh, when they're good, man,
I'm there.
When the Pistons decide they want to play a basketball game correctly, I'll watch.
Yeah. Bieber's he's a monster. I mean, he's consistent. He has a bad start every now and then, but dude, like I said, strike him while the iron's hot. Like with Kluber, get rid of him while you can. That your team doesn't. You have no hitting, nobody for run support or anything. So just give us all the things. Give us all the things. I want it. I want all the things.
I want all these nice things.
I want all of the things. I agree.
Just don't trade him to the Yankees. That's all I ask.
This has been a long session, but I think it's been a great one. We've had some good conversations.
So we are 8-8 right now. I think we should, honestly. I don't think it's going to get any better.
Yeah.
I think 8-8 is. I mean, we have to do it. Cleveland.
Oh,
Cleveland's 8-8, and our point differential right now is +2. We obviously just lost to the White Sox, but
this is the Indians. This is
blow it up. I agree. There's
okay. Well, if what's this?
Did have one of these?
I think if they wait too long, it's no matter what Bieber does, they're not gonna want to. They're not gonna give that much for him.
If Cleveland's smart. Bieber and Jose just are on a tear, but we're 20 games below 500.
Yeah,
at All-Star break, and now it's teams know, okay, they're sellers.
Yeah, they're sellers, but they're not gonna offer a bunch for them because they know that we're trying to sell.
For Bieber would cost a fortune. Only the Yankees could get him, or the Dodgers. I don't want him to go to the Yankees though.
I don't want him to go to the Yankees or the Yankees either. But
he used to date one of the Yankees.
You think the Dodgers are going to take him?
I'm just saying, like it'll be.
He's just talking about money.
Money wise,
would be the one that would go for him. I mean, say Trevor Bauer gets hurt or something.
That's true.
Teams are all about winning now. Then big market teams win now.
Well, I mean, that's money. They need to win now, especially after last year.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty much all I've got, boys. You got anything else to talk about?
Yeah, we hit everything.
Derek's ready to go. This is the not for Derek. Derek's been checked out for about the last 30 minutes. So.
Yeah.
I've added my movie quotes. I've added some
Great content to add.
And I let everyone know that I know the Cy Young Award.
He almost messed it up. Yeah. He got it though. All right. So that is.
Do you know, Derek? So do you know, like, I always thought the funniest thing in baseball with awards is, so for the best fielder, they give them a gold glove.
Okay.
Do you know what they give the best hitter?
Oh, I know.
No,
I knew exactly where you're going with this.
The top fielder gets the gold glove. The best hitter gets the silver slugger.
Yeah, silver slugger.
Not the gold slugger. That's silver slugger.
I think they're trying to be cute with the name because, gold glove, silver slugger.
I know. But it just always,
it's hilarious.
Like, I'm the best hitter, but I get a
silver medal.
Okay.
Silver medal, baby. Because the first most important thing in baseball, fielding.
All right. Well,
that's what wins the game.
Cancel baseball. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Cancel baseball.
Yeah, bring them down to 20 games. Bring them down to 20
There
games.
We go. Every game matters.
Then you have all the Derek Stocks in the world are all in on baseball.
That's right. You got it. I can watch 20.
One game a week for 20 weeks. Let's do this.
What is this?
I can do it. I can do it. I'll tell you what, guys. Let's end it. Let's end it how we normally do. Fuck ESPN.
All right, fuck ESPN. Yeah.
Fuck Eric Ebron.
Yeah.
And
I love Pat McAfee, but he was terrible on SmackDown.
Was he? We didn't talk about that. I forgot.
No,
I forgot. It was his first. It was his first time.
I didn't watch it. I didn't watch it, but a wrestling fan that I know said that he was just not good.
He was. He
was too excited. He was too excited.
He's used to doing his own thing, and he is his own person, and he gets excited. And he was standing
Michael
up. Like
Cole
this was him. This was him. They came back to a shot of him, and this is what you got.
Michael Cole looked like he wanted to rip his face off.
Yeah. It was.
He'll learn.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Sure. That's what I'm saying. He'll learn. And
Vince is gonna rip his ass and then call it a day.
I don't know, man. You talk about. I mean, if you listen to the podcast, he didn't really rip his ass. So I think they're letting him be himself. I think they're trying something new with this whole thing. So
yeah.
I mean, you have to with McAfee. There's no way.
Right. You know what you're getting.
Yeah.
All right.
Exactly.
Okay.
You know exactly
one last thing. Trim up their staff.
He's not fat.
Trim up.
All right. So this was the KD Sports Talk. Thanks to our guest, Nick.
No, you had it right. Special guest. That's what you were.
Special guest, the most specialist of guests that we've ever had on this podcast. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Put it out there. Get it out there. We have terrible takes, but everybody will love us. I promise.
We don't get paid, so we're allowed to have them.
That's right.
Oh, yeah. When I get paid, I'll have better takes.
We'll have people doing research.
Yeah. When I get paid, I'll pay a researcher, and then I'll do better.
That's right.
Yeah. So make sure you comment. Always comment. Always comment. I can't express that enough. But thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next week.